ZD versus Jerry. And ZD, as I saw earlier, he is opting to play Fox this tournament, despite
Yeah.
the fact that he has almost exclusively played Wolf in online tournaments recently.
Right. That is a pretty key difference that a lot of people will probably notice here. What you do want to keep in mind is that he has played a little bit of Fox in past tournaments, against specific people. I think Bloody Knight was one of the few who's like, he only plays Fox against me, so I will definitely see the Fox. And he was right, we did see the Fox. He played a little bit more Fox, I think, that night as well. It was a good night for him. He won that night using at least a little bit of a Fox. So it was very strong. We saw his Fox, his Roy, and his Wolf as well. So this is going to be really interesting against Jerry, who I don't really expect to see much character switching from, but it's always a possibility.
Yeah, no, Jerry, from what I've seen, is basically a solo main with Joker here. But what you were saying, ZD is... When I think of ZD, I think of Fox. Like, this is the character that I associate with ZD, and I feel like he has had the most success with this character. But definitely one of the characters that suffers the most from online play because of how precise a lot of his inputs need to be.
For sure,
So,
and I think that in this case, Jerry, shows really, really good proficiency with Joker, which obviously has a very high skill cap, right? You can push that character to the utmost limits, as we see with many of the top players who pick up a character. But Jerry shows that he's not just good at the Joker, but he also has some things like a warrior every once in a while with that. So I think the Joker here doing really good at kind of like playing the neutral. But I think Fox, Fox is so fast, it's hard to do much.
yeah, but right there, that drag down onto the platform again, like I mentioned earlier, Joker benefits so much from these PS2 platforms.
Right.
I mean, of course, there's a lot of stages he benefits from with the low platforms, but there's two that he can use here, so that's,
Yeah. I'm interested to see how he continues to do some of those great bread and butter combos that we're used to seeing from Joker.
Yeah, and it should be interesting here to see as well how ZD tries to adapt in order to close this out. That Nair not going to connect into the up smash and not reacting quickly enough to be able to punish that high recovery. Forward throw to go off stage, see if he can get a little bit of an edge guard here.
He's going for it.
That back air just barely missing, and now Jerry going to be racking up some damage with Arsene out as well.
Yeah, which is not ideal.
No, it's never ideal. You don't want to have to deal with Daddy Arsene.
Yeah, exactly.
Opting to just throw out a few lasers at a distance here, and finally going to be able to catch him with that up air at not too big of a deficit here, only 51% behind.
Yeah, very close. I think that he can easily even this back up. You get some good up tilt combos with Fox, and you can get a lot off of that.
Right, but as we say that, he's also eating a lot of damage for free here with that ledge trap from Jerry.
Joker with
Jerry
rage, is scary. It's almost like Arsene.
Yeah. And Jerry definitely, we could say the same about wanting to clean out the stock as quickly as he can. Oh, and that angle not quite gonna be coming out correctly in order to get him back to ledge.
Yeah, you hate to see it, but there's always next time. He can keep going for that kind of aggression.
Absolutely, yeah. Now Jerry, a full stock ahead with Arsene out, gonna be trying to rack up as much damage as he can to make this lead even more insurmountable.
Yeah, lots of options at his disposal, of course. These are both characters with a lot of leeway in terms of some of the custom combos you can get. You miss one thing, and all of a sudden you can still react. You can still pick up on something, even if you drop a combo, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely. They have a lot of free flow. That was. I'm gonna have to interrupt myself because that was insane. That upbeat jump. Oh my.
Yeah, really slick stuff.
Yeah, Jerry's movement, I'm loving it right now.
And like I said, that's the kind of skill cap. The movement of this character is really, really crazy. It's very, very. I don't want to say melee-esque, but it's like you can really, really kind of like mix up your movement skills very easily with the right practice.
Definitely show a bit of expression as well. It's almost like each player can play him in a different way, and that down smash at ledge finally going to take a stock for ZD.
Right. And now, you know, Fox, of course, a little bit more standardized of a character, right? So you do see a little bit of nuance, as you mentioned, with the Joker, with the Fox as well. But I don't know. ZD always just plays like ZD, you know, it's not really like anyone else.
Speaking of playing like ZD, he is not giving up this game without a fight.
Absolutely.
He has racked up an insane amount of damage already, basically evening up Arsene, and Arsene's almost gone at this point.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's gonna try to pull us back from the jaws of defeat.
Yeah. Oh, but he keeps, like, Jerry is so good at knowing where to place those A-Hubs, but the back air ledge is going to do it, and ZD ripping that victory out from Jerry's clutches, taking game one.
That is wild. And that's just the power of ZD, you know, the clutch king sometimes.
Absolutely. This man is insane.
Wow. Well, you know, Jerry might be kicking himself a little bit over how he tried to finish some of those kills, and I think maybe if he is able to keep it fresh, right? Keep it interesting. Don't go for some of the predictable stuff. Maybe ZD was just in his head a little bit at the end, and then all of a sudden that's the momentum switch that you kind of expect. You see it happening. There's not much you can do when it starts happening.
Yeah, as soon as ZD started racking up that damage as quickly as he was towards the end, you could see Jerry kind of enter a bit of a panic mode, and sadly he wasn't able to recover completely after that.
For sure.
Not seeing a whole lot of movement at the moment, so they're probably discussing bends, and Jerry has now gone over, so probably going to decide what stage they will be playing on next.
For sure. Meanwhile, in losers' quarters, we do have Nier with a 2-0 over Bacon. He's going to go on to losers Sims to face the winner of Howl and Mercury, and Howl actually is up 1-0 currently. That's something to keep an eye out on.
3, 2.
Ooh, that should be interesting too, yeah. Let's see where that leads us, because that is going to be our next match. But right now, we are still on Yoshi's Island with our boys Jerry and ZD. That roll read grab, Jerry.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed with the things he's doing.
Right. Already off to a fiery start, you know, ready to take this one back.
Yeah, absolutely. Not gonna let that first game get to him too much. He still wants this W as much as the next guy.
Yeah. You know, he's definitely gonna fight for it. Trying to pick up on some of these opportunities.
Absolutely, yeah. Trying to see a little bit of fancy platform work here.
Yeah. The platforms on Yoshi's Story, really, really good to go for kind of stuff like that. You know, you see it as the typical, you expect the platform camping stuff to be, like in this case, you know, mixing up some of these attacks really nice.
Yeah, absolutely, and these platforms definitely allow for a little bit of ladder combos. While neither of these characters have typical ladder combos, Fox can definitely up air you like 3 times in a row, and with how low the ceiling is on this stage, that can spell disaster. That up smash almost gonna kill, not quite gonna do it yet though.
Yeah, very close. Getting close, I mean, one more, or 2 more.
Alright, ZD able to make it back onto stage, getting a bit of his stage control, but Jerry dash attacking out of the corner. Again, always catching those side Bs with the AHA. Really, really good placement of those.
For sure. I mean, I know that, you know, the angle is always something you gotta learn about.
He went all the way down there with that down air, and I respect it, but sadly it cost him his life as well.
Yeah, you know, it happens. It's a bold play, but you know that kind of stuff. You know, it's right.
Yeah, that's the thing that we play this game for, you know? It's not the calculated, optimal play. It's those moments where you say, I am going to kill this man.
Right. Even if it takes me with him, I will go down there.
Exactly.
Yeah. And, you know, these guys play often enough that this is, you know, they're swinging. They're swinging at each other. They know that this is the kind of fight this is.
Yeah, that counter lingering for so long. Not quite going to finish him off, though. ZD doing a very good job at recovering there, keeping himself safe from Jerry's extremely pressure-filled edge guarding.
Right, and what ZD is really good about doing is picking up off of both hits in there. So whether it's the weak hit or the strong hit, he can actually get something off of either, right? And so either allows him to offer an opportunity for pickup.
Yeah, sometimes he doesn't even need the nair. He can just run up smash because he's that guy.
True.
He just knows.
He gets in your head.
He really does. He knows what you're gonna do before you know what you're gonna do it.
Wow. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Jerry can close out this stock soon, because he doesn't want to just let ZD run away with this, and that nice little read with the back air going to take that stock as well. Back to even footing for these two. But Daddy Arsene came to play.
Yeah, right. Always, it's like that's the elephant in the room. It's kind of like lurking in the shadows and pops out. Surprise.
I am very happy to see like how little ZD cares though. Like Arsene comes out and he's like, I'm gonna keep hitting you. The more I hit you, the quicker he leaves. So I'm just gonna keep hitting you.
Exactly. You gotta bully the bully. That's the best way. It's like you gotta get him out of there because he's gonna do some serious damage if he does.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, going for the shine spike a little bit there, not quite gonna get it though.
I love those kind of stuff. I love that stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely the unconventional stuff, and I do see ZD do it a lot more than typical Fox players.
That is true, and I think, now, Yoshi's story, the kill potential, anything could happen.
Yeah. This is one of those situations where, yes, ZD is in the lead, but the reality is either of these two players could take it in an instant. Right,
it could be a reversal of game one, just like how we saw the same thing happen in reverse.
Exactly. Nice F tilt to send him off stage, and again catching that side B with the A-Hod.
Yeah.
Not quite going to catch the guns though. ZD able to make it back.
Yeah, the gun is something I think a lot of jokers probably use a lot, and I think using it sparingly is the move, right? You gotta use that very, very sparingly, especially against Fox, because Fox, it's all about timing.
That was so smart. That was so smart, canceling his guns immediately into the down air, catching ZD, slipping a little bit, going for the neutral getup, and getting punished for it.
Yeah.
I am a big advocate for people in general, but Joker players don't use Arseneless down air enough, and I cannot make that same claim with Jerry. He uses it very well.
That was a good point. I definitely don't see a whole lot of Jokers use down air without the spike hitbox.
It sends out at such a bad angle if you manage to hit it off stage.
Yeah, that is true. It's unrecoverable for a lot of characters, almost all of them.
Yeah, and mind you, Yoshi's story also has very close blast zones, but that just killed at what, 120 with Rage?
It must have been, yeah.
Yeah, so that's still a really strong move regardless.
Yeah, definitely something you gotta watch out for, Like I said, even without Arsene, Joker, kind of scary.
Joker's terrifying, man. I know that, something I like about this game is we're about a year and a half in, almost 2 years at this point, to this game's life, and we still can't all agree as a community on a best character. But Joker's definitely one of those characters that's on everybody's list for potentially the best in the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. I remember a lot of top players in our region used to think that Joker was a little bit overrated. You'd asked a lot of the top players, AR people, and they would say Joker is probably one of the most overrated characters. But he's showing that online or offline, he's definitely someone forced to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I'll admit I was one of those people that definitely thought Joker was overhyped at first. But no, he good. He's pretty good.
Right.
Ooh, ZD, looks like his adjustment for this game is going to be to play a little bit more of a patient game. He's opting to keep his distance and just throw out these safe lasers.
Right. And this is, we did see the momentum shift in both games, right? So just like in game one, game two was a little bit of a reversal at the last second. It was a good long neutral game with the last stop, and then it ended up being something fruitful at the end for the character that was behind. So we'll see if that continues in game three.
I'm a little confused as to what ZD's plan was there, but I suppose at the end he didn't get punished too hard for it, so no harm, no foul.
Right. I mean, that's the mix-up, right? You wanna play those risks.
just drop ledge and air dodge. That's what I wanted, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
Alright,
they'll
catching
never
that.
expect it.
They'll never expect dumb options. I'm too good of a player.
I'm godlike.
Alright, now.
Good stuff. I mean, now, where is Jerry gonna go with this one?
The very last frame of that dash attack looks like it's gonna take that stock
Guess
from
so.
ZD.
Very close one.
Yeah.
And it looked like ZD had almost had that one calculated.
Oh no, that is tragic for ZD, getting the buffered side B into the bottom of the stage.
Yep. And you always think of that like the buffered air dodge, but the buffered side B, that's like,
That's where the real crime is.
that's next level.
Oh my lord, and Jerry doing such a good job at keeping ZD off stage. Didn't take
Right.
too much percent for it, but definitely a scary situation to be in.
For sure.
Meanwhile,
Jerry
ZD
wants
just
to end
F
this
smashes.
now. Yeah, Jerry's just looking to close this one out ASAP. He sees like blood in the water.
Yeah. Well, this is game 3 currently, and I do
Yeah.
believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is a game 5 set still.
Yeah. Yep.
Or a best of 5, rather.
Yeah, best of 5 for sure. But I mean, this is a really good point to get the lead. You know, get the lead on the games.
Yeah. This could definitely dictate the pace of the rest of the match, because even if
Right.
whoever wins this game loses the next one, they have the opportunity to play on their counter pick in game 5.
Right. Exactly. The stage pick is going to be a really clutch one. So Jerry looking to take this one out, but ZD not like just playing up the rock. He's not going to let up.
No, ZD doing a great job of mounting this comeback slowly but surely.
Right.
Like something I always love to comment about with ZD is he's such a composed player. No matter what situation he's in, he always keeps his cool and just plays the game the way he knows how to play.
That is true. It is a very rare situation when he plays him a bit tilted. Here, he's just dug his heels in.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting the shield grab, not something you see too often anymore, but
Yeah.
already just like that, ZD is in the lead now.
Right. I mean, sometimes reaction speed isn't fast enough to catch a reaction to the shield grab, so it is still a viable option in certain circumstances.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Again, catching the side B with an AHA.
Right.
Oh no.
Yeah, ZD's got to start mixing those up, and he needs to watch out. But I mean, there's only so much you can do.
Is this connection error on our end, or is it for them too? I'm really hoping it's just us and they're still playing. Oh no, technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll have to see how this plays out.
All right.
It would seem that... Oh, I think Jerry might have gotten disconnected because he's not even in the arena anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Rip
we're
Jerry.
Yeah.
Yep, okay, we lost Jerry.
Yeah, we lost him. No.
I don't quite know what the ruling is on that. I'm guessing that game probably goes to ZD.
Well, it's really unfortunate that, like, you know, theoretically that was Jerry's game to lose, right? And then all of a sudden, rip.
Yeah.
Big rip.
At the end of the day, that is the problem with these online tournaments, isn't it? No matter how good the connection is, there is just a chance somebody's internet decides to give up.
Right, and yeah, it happens. You know, it's like, when you disconnect in a league game, right? It's like the Riot doesn't know that my internet, you know, pooped out on me. How could they possibly know? But I still get punished.
Right.
That's kind of the point, but it does happen.
Yeah, it's a shame when it does, but sadly, this is just the world we live in at the moment.
For sure, but we make do with the best we can, of course.
We do. Darn coronavirus. I guess I'll try to see if chat's saying anyone. So 2-1 to ZD. I think that's how it works. I'm gonna hold off on making an official ruling on that because I'm
Right.
not entirely sure.
Probably fair. good idea.
It's nice to see that we have a crowd sitting there watching these intense matches.
There we go. Yeah, Jerry switched just randomly DC. He says, "Pretend that Nair hit me. ZD is gonna get the game." Okay. Done.
Okay.
So fair enough. Jerry will take the L on that one.
Respectable, respectable. It's something that you kind of just have to say, yeah, that might be.
Yeah. Of course,
In the spirit of chillin', dude.
He doesn't get his, yeah, might be, yeah, exactly. But he doesn't get the stage counter pick. Yep.
Yeah, and that's definitely going to be a bit of a disadvantage going in.
Yeah,
But
sure.
it does seem he's back. We got the little Tom Nook
Yep.
profile picture.
Okay.
Hopefully we can continue without too much of a hitch.
Yeah. I believe.
Oh, and I mentioned this in chat earlier, but I will mention it on stream because now people can actually hear me. Someone said that ZD is not an edgelord, so why do you think he has Shadow as his profile icon? And I said it's because he is the ultimate life form.
Oh, I see.
ZD is the ultimate life form of MBA.
I mean, I thought it was just because he hates Sonic. Like,
That's also possible.
Isn't that what we're all thinking?
That's definitely more appropriate for the Smash community.
Like, he's like, yeah, it's like, this is the anti-Sonic. It works. Makes sense to me.
It's crazy how Sonic's just the protagonist of the world we live in now.
Oh, no.
Oh, ZD backing out now.
Yeah, ZD like now I got some room to work with. He's like, well, I'm up again. Let's switch it up a bit.
Sticking with his tried and true fox with the orange and blue skin.
Always the classy look.
Yeah, and Jerry opting to run it back onto PS2. I mean, it was definitely a super close game. We didn't get to see the conclusion of it, sadly, but maybe this one will be just as exciting to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I really hope that ZD doesn't get himself to a large deficit like he did the last time. But you know, anything could happen.
I mean, but large deficits is how you know that it's hype. Because then comebacks happen.
Because then the comebacks, yeah, you're right. But I like fierce, neck and neck competition. We see a lot of that pretty often. But this is,
yeah, that's also fair.
Especially between these two.
Yeah, no, these two are definitely always a treat to watch, and like you said earlier, they play each other so often that they almost have a feel of what they're going to be doing, how they play against each other. Oh, and right there, that down throw into back air.
Yeah, no, great combo.
Yeah, the great two-frame with the down tilt as well, but now Jerry the one in the disadvantageous position.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, he's been able to turn this kind of stuff around. The tether cancels and stuff like that allow him to mix up the ledge recovery.
Yeah. Ooh, the really quick run past into the grab.
Oh, yeah.
The forbidden tech of walking through your opponent.
Yeah,
In
you'll never
ultimate.
expect it. Hit it with the Oh My One Motion Deru, and you're like,
And you're gone. Guess it'll Nair there to come back, and you wanted it and you're getting it. This is
Right.
neck and neck competition at its
Exactly.
finest.
yeah, they're both over 100%. Looks like kill percent.
Yeah. Any strong hit from either of these two players will close out this stock.
Right, I mean, it can be anything from either of them, right? The up smash from Fox, the back air from Fox, maybe the back air from Joker, anything.
Is this forward throw going to be enough? Not quite yet. A back throw probably would have done it, and then A-Ha also not going to close it out.
Right? Joker, not really one to kill too much off the top unless he gets a really good string leading into it, but ZD with those up airs, he could probably take something.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now, Jerry was able to take that stock, and he is very close to getting Arsene, which I'm guessing is what he's hoping for. That way he can rack up even more damage before losing a stock for himself. But
Right, of course.
not going to be able to take advantage of Arsene. Immediately going to get that up smash, and we're back to an even game.
Yeah, and this is what I like to see. It's like there are some games or some sets rather where a game will be completely neck and neck, and the next game will be a complete steamroll on one end. So anything can happen. As good as these players are, they have so much back and forth. But this is just a fraction, of a moment in time.
This is just a fraction of their full potential.
Right.
You've only seen 10% of my power, Jerry.
And then Jerry's like, well, you've only seen 10% of my power.
Oh, no. The Aegon...
Spend the next 3 months powering up to each other.
Just the hyperbolic time chamber in quarantine.
Right. I mean, that's basically what we're kind of looking at right now, in real time. This grind never stops.
Speaking of the grind never stops, every Friday. No, I'm just kidding. Jerry with the clean dash attack. Whoa, what? Getting caught by that side B and great tech from CD though.
Yeah, always teching those kind of things. He's definitely been there, done that.
Yeah, that was a whole lot of wonky interactions, one after another though.
Yeah, definitely a weird one.
Oh no, the air dodge off stage, and I think that was a red flash, so that was probably untechable, but immediately getting the drag down into the up smash.
Right, I mean, either way, he's dead.
Yeah. Back and forth, these two just exchanging blows as quickly as they can.
Right.
Real slobber knocker, as one would say.
What? Who would say that?
What? Oh, come on, you watched WWE at some point in your life.
Okay. I guess that's the reference we're making.
No, that's just wherever I heard it. But yeah, anyway. Don't worry about what I do in my free time.
I don't. I worry about what these guys are doing on stage right now. Let's see. I mean, ZD is gonna find himself a little bit behind.
Yeah. Throwing out these safe lasers from a distance, trying to rack up a little more damage, but they are neck and neck, both sitting at 106 there for a second.
Yeah.
Really coming down to the wire to see who can take this game, and Jerry, if he does, still getting a second lease on this match, but the up smash is not able to punish each other.
Crazy. Two ships passing in the night, but how will it end?
Should be interesting to see. Oh, and the great back air coming out from Jerry, finally going to close out that game.
Yeah, for sure. So Jerry, getting a really good comeback here now. It's 2-2.
Yeah, 2-2. Final game going to be on ZD's counterpick, however, like we mentioned earlier.
Right.
And
because of unfortunate circumstances, Jerry finding his way back. He's not going to let this stop him.
Absolutely. And we can't see it because we don't exactly have player cams, but you can only imagine both players let out a huge amount of air at the end of that game because with how close it was, I can't imagine they'd have been breathing too hard.
Right. See, I've never actually played a set with Jerry or ZD, I guess, but I don't know. Is Jerry a nodder or is he a talker?
From what I've seen, Jerry seems to be mostly expressionless. Like, win or lose, he kind of just looks at the screen like, yeah, that happened. And similar to ZD.
That wasn't on the list of types of people you'll see in tournaments. I don't know.
Well, we're watching two machines here, to be honest. Both of them slightly emotionless, and both of them just zoned in. Yeah, and ZD actually opting to switch to the Wolf now, hoping maybe that Jerry won't be able to make the adjustment quick enough to beat him in this one last game.
I mean, I like the idea. The Wolf, again, is a tried and true favorite.
Yeah, absolutely. There is definitely something to be said, though, about the fact that I don't think he's played Wolf at all this tournament, which might mean the character might not be warmed up at the moment.
Well, you never know. I mean, at the same time, sometimes for ZD, all it takes is like 30 seconds for the warm-up.
Well, if that's all it takes, then he's all warmed up by now.
Yeah. He's keeping his percent relatively low.
Yeah. Good spacing, running away from that dash attack. Not opting to throw out these blasters. He definitely knows how to play around Arsene. Like, he will hit Jerry when he feels like he has the opportunity to, but he plays very safely.
Yeah, you can definitely tell he's got a lot of experience in the matchup. He's playing patiently enough, right? He's got to play patient, but you also know when to go aggressive.
Absolutely. And just like that, Arsene is off the board. That late dash attack going to be sending Jerry off stage, but right, just like that, we are back into neutral, and I'm having trouble keeping up with what these guys are doing because I can't talk fast enough for how often they hit each other.
Yeah, it's a fast-paced game. You know, so many interactions in such a short period of time, and their ability to react to each other is what's fueling it.
Yeah, definitely. Kind of feeling each other out a little bit.
Off, but I mean, they just kind of go right back in, and this is a real slugfest.
Absolutely, and they're definitely very good at feeling each other out, like kind of trying to tempt each other into choosing a maybe unsafe option.
Yeah,
it's a real mind game as well, but that up smash on the unsafe dash attack going to close it out.
And that's the bait. That's the bait that you want to see, right? That's what we kind of expect with the condition that's been going on throughout the set. You know, now that ZD is on a different character, you know, it makes things interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it really is just all conditioning, trying to convince your opponent that they can get away with doing something, but then punishing them for doing exactly that. Ooh, the great trump into the back air is going to close it out. Yeah. Right there for Jerry.
Good stuff. So now 2 stocks apiece.
Back to the Smash 4 days.
Yeah, there we have. The Joker is so scary, right? Like Wolf, yeah, of course. Wolf is his own guy. Remember Brawl days. Joker is a new beast.
Oh, completely. It's funny how every new character has had something completely new brought to the table, and it's interesting to see. Oh, and that great conversion, the down air into the up smash.
Very smart pickup.
This is starting to look like Jerry's game, but ZD can definitely close up this distance soon.
Yeah, I mean, 50%, that's definitely not something that he's worried about, especially when he's got the big hitboxes that Wolf has. You want to catch Arsene up in those to get him out of there.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what he can do with this lead at the moment. Jerry not quite being able to find his openings, though. Oh, trying to punish the up smash with a grab, but just gonna eat an up smash for his troubles, and just like that, back to completely even.
Again, yeah, this is another one of those even matches. Like I said, anything can come of this match. This is game 5, so they're both fighting for it. This is their last one here on one side.
Yeah, that forward smash was supposed to be a dash attack, and you know it.
Yeah.
Ooh, the down smash not gonna catch the 2-frame quite yet. Man, these games have all been just down to the wire. Both players currently sitting at relatively low percent, but they also both play characters that can kill at relatively low percents. Another back air here would spell disaster. Oh, the counter, that might be it, actually.
It looks like
yeah.
Yeah.
That counter sent Wolf just far enough away so that he couldn't make the recovery, and just like that, Jerry going to be taking the set 3-2 over ZD despite some slight technical hiccups in between.
Right, I mean that's crazy. They're stronger than his connection apparently. Right, I mean, good stuff to Jerry. Like his play was definitely enough to take